Do not sell if you bought your house in the last 2 years. Hi, I'm Jim Fong. I'm a real estate investor and realtor in Las Vegas, and I help investors like you identify good investment opportunities with properties, okay? So you might be thinking, hey, Jim, wait a minute. Aren't you a realtor? Don't you earn commissions from helping people sell properties? Yes, I do. This is true. However, I wanted to just to point out a couple points for a lot of sellers because, more recently, the market just changed, right? Interest rates went up. Buyers, are not looking to buy anymore. Sellers are rushing and throwing their home on the market. We're seeing new inventory. Meanwhile, rates are really high, right? So the market just changed dramatically. So I'm getting a lot of sellers reach out to me saying, hey, Jim, well, I really want to sell right now. I want to, take advantage of the high prices. I want to sell right now. And of course, I'm a realtor and I want to list a property to sell, but only if it's for the right reason, right? So, the reason why I'm saying, pause for a minute and think about your situation. Do you really need to sell? Okay. So the short answer of why I'm telling people not to sell right now is it just might not be the best move, honestly. And let's break it down a little more. Okay. So if you bought a home in the last 2 years, there's a good chance that you have gained decent equity in your property. In the last 2 years, average real estate or average single family homes have gone up at least 30%. Okay. So you're sitting on a lot of equity. That's a good thing, okay? You could sell your home and cash out on all the equity, right? But then you gotta ask, where are you going to go, all right? Although prices are coming down right now, they haven't come down that much that's gonna be worth it to you to sell your house and then buy something else, right? We'll play this out, okay? Let's just say you sell your home, right? So where are you gonna go in the meantime? Well, a lot of people have said, well, I'll rent for a little while until prices drop down more, then I'll buy. Well, I want to tell you this, rental prices have also soared in the last 2 years, all right? Rents have gone up at least 30% in the last 2 years too. So you're going to pay a lot of money for rent, right? So if you've been paying a mortgage for the last few years, well, you're going to be surprised to see that renting just like an apartment or something like that is maybe more than a mortgage payment actually. So be careful with that, all right? So now let's talk about another scenario. Okay, let's just say you're like, well, you know what? I wouldn't pay rent. No, I'll just sell my home, take the equity, keep some of it, and then put a down payment and buy something again, okay? Well, let me just run that scenario with you too, all right? If you bought in the last 2 years, all right, your interest rate was probably really, really low. 3%, maybe even in the twos or whatever the case, much lower than what they are now, right? So even though your balance was pretty high, your interest rate was really low too. So your mortgage payment was very reasonable, okay? So let's just say you take your equity out by selling your home, put a down payment, and buy something else, all right? Well, it's not like you're gonna roll all of your equity into a down payment, right? So your mortgage balance will be kind of up there still, I think, because prices, although they're coming down, not that much yet, but your interest rate is gonna be significantly higher, which is gonna put your payment much higher as well too. So there's a good chance that if you sold your property, took some of the money and put it down and bought another property, your mortgage payment is going to be very similar to where you were before too, because the higher interest rate, right? So there's a really good chance, because I've ran this scenario out with a lot of clients, and it turns out that, like a lot of people are saying, well, I'll sell my big house, put some of it as a down payment, and just buy a smaller house, right? Well, it turned out that smaller house, because of the higher interest rate, that mortgage payment was right around the same as the original mortgage payment. So you're not really saving money, right? You're not saving money on your mortgage payment. You're paying more in interest, and then you downsized a little bit too. So you got a smaller house, but you're paying the same monthly payment, right? So again, it doesn't always seem to make a lot of sense, because who wants to move and do all that stuff if they don't have to, just to pay the same mortgage payment again too? So I don't know, these are some reasons, but here's the reason why you should buy though, all right? There is an exception, right? Like, what if you just need to move? Maybe you relocated your job. Maybe you're an empty nester and you just really don't need all that expense of paying utilities and things for a big house or something, or you want to have a smaller space so you have lower utility bills. And and all those things like that. Like if you have to move, you relocated, or you just need a smaller house or a bigger house or a different location. Well, if that's the case, it is a great time to buy because prices are coming down. Sellers are more negotiable and all those things. So it makes sense if you want to buy for those reasons, okay? But if you like videos like this, please be sure to check out my channel, check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching today, all right?